Good afternoon, everyone. This is Dr. Bhupesh once again from Dr. BKM Institutes, and please subscribe our channel if you have not. All right, you want to subscribe the channel after watching this video? Yes, you can. So watch this video and then you can subscribe the channel. So here is a few tips of reading again. The major tip that I was giving to you all is that the person who is doing all the 7 questions in the part A would be in trouble. Means 2 questions would definitely be difficult in the part A out of the first 7 questions. In the part A, first 7 questions, you just have to write A, B, C, and D. But still, there would be 2 questions which would be difficult to find. So the main thing for managing the time in the reading is to leave those 2 questions and do it in the end. I'm not saying to leave it completely. There is no negative mark. So obviously we have to do it, but we will do it in the last. So the major trick of saving time in the reading is to do only easy question first. Let me give you an example. In this reading, what we have done today, first question was easy, so we did not discuss in the class. Second question was easy, we did not discuss in the class. Then came the third question. So this was an interesting question because I always say when it comes to questions in the reading, the major word, like in this word, under the new system of doctor's appointment, a woman. Now you need to understand the questions nicely because the most important thing in any reading question, if I say A is my question, B my options, C is my paragraph, then the most important thing in any reading question is the question itself. So A is the most important thing that you should understand. C is the second important thing that you understand. And D is the third thing because you just have to find the right option. So the major energy should be spent in reading the question. So the question says under the new system of doctor's appointment, a woman. So the main word in this is new because that is what defines this question. What is happening to a woman regarding the doctor's appointment under the new system? That is what is the question. What is the change? What is the thing that is happening in the new system? So that is what is the question. So the word over here is new. That is the main word that you should try and found. Then we read this paragraph. This paragraph said that this 41-year-old pregnant woman, she was, again, you can read it, but I'm just recording it. We have already done this question, so I'm not reading it completely. So this was the major line gathered in the room with her. So she was a pregnant woman and doctor was doing the checkup. Doctor was doing the checkup. Gathered in the room with her are the 4 equally pregnant women. So when I read the whole paragraph, new word was not given. That is where grammar is the most important thing. That is why I tell you guys grammar is the most important thing. So this R word was given. So gathered in the room with her, with this pregnant woman, were 4 equally pregnant women. So there were 5 women in the room. They all arrived as a group to have their gynae checkup. For American patient used to thinking of a doctor appointment as a private. So used to means past. So under the past, it used to be one-on-one affair, one patient, one doctor. But what is happening in this new system? This R word was the most important word. That multiple pregnant women were attended at the same time. So when you go to the option, has to wait for a long time. There was nothing about time. Short appointment. See the doctor in a company with several other women. So that was the key point that was happening in the new system that several other women were being attended. So this was a difficult question. In the final exam, you could have done this question later on. If you are not very good at grammar, then you could have done it later because new word was not given in this. So that's why it was a difficult question. So that is where you save your time and energy. If your reading is very good, if you understand the grammar, that new means are, and then you find several other women. So at least few keywords were matching. So that is how you do these difficult questions, but then taking you further to the rest of the easy questions. So if you suppose, if you leave third question, then you save your time, you save your energy, and that is what is time management. And more than time management, it is the management of energy because we have limited energy. Then comes an easy question, but a tricky question. So we did this question. Again, the major keywords in this question was exactly the same thing. The question of partial protection arose in which time? So the only time was given was late spring. So sometimes in rush or in hurry, we feel that late spring means after spring. But then I gave an example. Suppose my birthday comes on 28th of January. So then I asked, is it after January, before January, or during January? Then everybody said during January. So that is what exactly is the point. Late spring means it is happening in the spring 2009. It is not happening after 2009. It is not happening before 2009. So that was a tricky question, and that is where you should give time. I'm not saying that do this question in hurry. Give time to these easy questions. Get them right. So out of the 22 questions in the part B and C, you should find 10 easy questions first, or 12. 10 to 12 question would be easy. Suppose if you can find 10 easy questions, then out of the rest 12 questions of part B and C, at least you can get 4 right. Obviously, you will pass. It's all about management of time and energy. So please try to give your 20 to 25 minutes to 10 easy questions and get them right. 10 easy questions, if you find in 25 minutes, you still have 20 minutes to do only 4 questions. Means you can give 5 minutes to one question. That is how you manage your time, energy. This is the most important trick of OET reading. Then I will record. I wanted to record 2 more questions. I will record one more. I don't want to stretch this video too much. According to the paragraph, which of the following is correct regarding the development of dementia? So when you read the paragraph, I will read it again. I will read it again because this was again a kind of a moderate question. I won't say this was an easy question. This is also the question you can leave in the first round, because first question was easy, second was easy, fourth was easy, sixth is also easy. So do only 4 questions. Let's see whether this question can be done or not. Third question which I have done, you could have left it. You could have left it. But let's see the question number 5, whether to do it or not. So which of the following is correct regarding the development of dementia? As I said, the most important keyword is development of dementia. There is little evidence that mental practice will help the prevent the development of dementia. There is better evidence that good brain health is determined by multiple factors than brain development early in the life matters, and genetic influence are of great importance in accounting for the individual differences. So genetic is of great importance. Then it said at least half of the explanation for susceptibility to Alzheimer is genetic. So they have taken this word dementia and Alzheimer as a equivalent word. But generally saying, again, they were talking at least half. At least half means at least 50%. Then they were talking about the balance of the explanation lies in environmental factors and behavioral factors alone, or in interaction with the genetic factors. Again, the genetic factors means genetic factors are the most significant factors. This come as a probable answer. Now the confusion happens in the B option, that environmental factors interact with the behavioral factors. Now how to do this thing? Environment factors, suppose it is A. Behavioral factors, suppose it is B. They are saying A and B interact with genetic factors. So A and B are interacting with genetic factors. They are not interacting with each other. So A interact with B, no, eliminated. That is what elimination method is. Good brain health can reduce the risk of developing. They said mental practice will not help, and good brain health also will not prevent the risk of Alzheimer's disease. Anyhow, the question was about dementia, so let it be. So otherwise, they were saying in the last also that there is no convincing evidence that memory practice will decrease the Alzheimer's disease. So they were saying good brain health or memory practice will not decrease the Alzheimer's disease. It is the genetic factors. So ultimately, even in this difficult question, if I would have done in the last, maybe I would have done this thing. Or maybe in the third question, I would have done this thing, several other women. At least one would have been correct. So you would have easily scored 4 plus 1. Even if you would have done 4, good to go. If you get 5, you can well understand if you can score 5 in part B, considering you will do these two questions later on. If you can do 4 or 5 right, then in the part C, out of the 16 question, 14 minus 5, you have to do only 9 right. So that is how you should manage your time, energy, by understanding how can you make your things easy. And again, if I say considering the 8 question, you have to do 8 question of one part of part C, you have to do only 4 right. 4 plus 4 will make 8, plus 5 or 4 will make 12. And out of the difficult questions, if you can do only 2 right, you will pass. So 14 out of 22 will get you passed. In the part A, you should score around 17 to 18. So that is how you should do the calculations. Again, to summarize, in part A, never do all the 7 questions, first 7 questions, because there would be too difficult A, B, C, D. In the same way, in the part B, at least 1 or 2 question would be difficult. Please leave it to save your time, energy, and everything. This is Dr. Bhupesh. Please subscribe our channel if you have not. Our contact number is 76967 34256. And again, keep following our videos to make OET the world's easiest test, which actually is the easiest test of the world if you will follow the right strategies. Thank you.